And guys, so just had a play around, just trying to get it something like, it's not bad at that. It does seem to roll over a bit, and I'm not sure why at the minute, why it's doing that. Now, a bit more vibrant, I'm expecting that, but it seems to be. It's this new phone holder. There'll be an unboxing on the tech channel. I've actually done the unboxing video already, but I've still got it auto edit and what have you, and put up just a short video just to show it. And then, you know, I did it this morning actually because I knew I'd be vlogging this afternoon, and you know, I usually have a bit of vlog in the car. It's not the best angle that at the minute. It's a bit more fiddly to sort of get it right, and it's got a slightly longer arm on it, which of course makes for more vibration. So whether it's going to be my holder of choice, I don't know. I tried it on my dashboard, which the dashboard on this car it's too textured, so not brilliant really. So anyway, I've just dropped some post stuff because it's tomorrow. Monday is the last day for your first class post, guaranteed for Christmas, that is anyway. Yeah, that's really vibrant actually. So yeah, I've done that. I'm just going to go and pick up some bits in town now, and then I've got tea, which is just going to be chicken and chips. I'll be eating like a pig on Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is. Christmas Day. Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Friday, Christmas Day, so I think, I can't remember. Yeah, it is, it's Friday, definitely. So, yeah, I'll be picking out, as I always do, you know, big dinner, sweets, chocolates, all the rest of that sort of thing, you know what it's like. We've all been there, and then sleep it off in front of the telly, basically. Although it's not quite as easy for that as that for me, but you know, you get the general idea. So yeah, I've not finished at work. I am back again tomorrow morning. I'll definitely be doing Monday, Tuesday, and at least half of Wednesday. Depends on how things go. I mean, obviously there'll be nothing shipping. Just turn that down. And it's been busy by all accounts, I've heard, but I sort of stayed away. I've had enough on at home. I've got my new floor down in the kitchen, which is what was wanted. All my tools have gone back to the back to work and been locked up. Yeah, I was away Wednesday morning because obviously I still worked Wednesday, basically a long shift, because it was basically we left the area at 1:30, and we were literally just outside of Edinburgh 4 hours later, so we had a really good steady journey up. You know, because we left so early to avoid the traffic. Coming back wasn't so hot, of course, you know, around Newcastle area it was pretty rough. Although I'd zonked in the car, I wasn't driving, thankfully. But yeah, I fell asleep on the way back. I was just shattered. Ridiculous, really, all that travel just for a little 3/4 hour job or whatever it was, you know. It was just nothing. So clutch is going. It's I've already priced it up. We're looking at between £350 and £400. So I'm hoping the car will make it through Christmas, and we will sort it out in the new year. But yeah, it's gonna be quite costly. But yeah, the clutch is definitely on its way. So there's always something in there. You know that feeling when you've spent up for Christmas and then something like this happens. But at the minute, fingers crossed, it's still working. But yeah, it's close to the bone. So yeah, other than that, I've got nothing to report really. You know, everything's done. I think Christmas shopping is pretty much finished as well, although I fortunately haven't had to do that this year. I've managed to get away with it each and every time, which has been awesome. The wife's carers have helped us sort it all out pretty well, and it's pretty much all wrapped as well, which they've done that as well. So you know, they've helped out big style this year. And for that I am very, very grateful. Now, I've done some other videos this morning, so there's a few bits of editing to do. I've got one that I've actually had a long time now, and it was just a case of, it's actually another cycle mount, which was sent to me way back, and I just never got round to actually doing the on-bike part. I finally managed to do that. God, when was it? Was it yesterday? No, Friday. Yeah, Friday I managed to get out and do that, so really pleased about that. The weather stayed okay. I was originally going to go down one of our local green lanes, but the way things are at the minute, it's very much like a brown lane, because of the objectionable quality of the dog walkers around the area, and I wasn't willing to get it so that I had to get back in this, you know, in this cold end of the year and wash the bike down and wash myself down and all the rest of it. So it stayed like, you know, I stayed on tarmac, but it's pretty crappy tarmac, like not the best at all. So yeah, it's been a reasonably eventful sort of week off really from that point of view. I've got bits done that I needed done. I've also made some alterations around my desk. It's something I wanted to do for a while. I had a desk lamp, you know, that sat on one of those large chrome bases that was like probably a good sort of 8 to 10 inches across this base. And because of that, it sort of sat in the way of things getting done, really. Well, it sort of took up a good chunk of space. So I had a mount made by my local metalworking firm that do all our work for work, and I've got it on the wall. So that's meant that I can move my Thunderbolt display across a bit and leave a bit more space in the corner. So I've got a bit of tidying up to do, but this, you know, I've still got some more stuff to put away off the desk and what have you. But I'm hoping that if I can get it all cleaned up properly and get the time to sort it out, and the wife maybe goes out one day sometime, then I will do a desk tour video. I thought, you know, it's time I did one really, I suppose, and give you all a look at my setup. So, you know, I quite look forward to doing it, and I'm sure you guys will look forward to seeing it. So anyway, I'm going to go and get these bits and pieces, and I will get back to you later on, guys. So, tea is on. Got some chips frying at the minute, chicken's in. Chicken won't need that much longer, probably about half an hour or something like that. Yeah, something I meant to mention before actually about that the trip to Edinburgh that I did, where it's just east of Edinburgh, just outside. It was, we'd been, was it around the New Craighall area we were, and we got there early, and because we were there early we went across the other side of the A1 and got a McDonald's before, just McDonald's breakfast before we went in because I was hungry. But on the way back, when we first left, about 10 minutes down the road, the A1 was blocked. The police had it all closed off, and we ended up having to take a massive detour through some horrendously questionable roads, which was interesting to say the least. A bit muddy and what have you. But what it turns out what it was literally about 15 minutes after we had arrived there, there'd been a collision on the A1, and I believe a woman died in the collision. So my heart goes out to that family this time of year, well, any time of year, but this time of year it's especially, just makes it even hit harder, doesn't it? So greatest respect to that family for that loss, basically. So I know my son's been up there as well. He got back last night, so I think what had happened was, I think they'd finished early because he was originally going to sleep a night and then drive home, but of course he drove home from Aberdeen, which is about 6.5, 7 hour drive, like. So he got home all right. He'd been up in Dale Sutherland country. So, they'd had somebody leave or something, take a load of staff with them, and so and it had been doing badly because of it. So my son was sent up there to help out, basically. So he works for his carpet writer. He normally does the measuring these days, though, so he's out on the road more. But he is good at the sales, like, so that was why they had him go up there and help out with that. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. Floor's covered in absolute crap. So yeah, that's my new floor. It's got a bit of muck on it here and there at the minute, but yeah, it's like it's a vinyl. Yeah, if you can remember from some of my previous vlogs, you'll see that it was actually like a black tile effect laminate. This is a vinyl, but it goes together the same way as a laminate. It's still got like the little locking joints on it. It's funny stuff to put together, but easy enough. It's just, you're constantly looking at it because you think that the joint hasn't closed up properly when it has, or you think it has and it hasn't. It's, it was a bit fiddly with it being a dark colour. You've got to really scrutinise close whether you got the joint closed up or not. But it looks nicer anyway. It looks a lot nicer. It's sort of, at first, when it first went down, I wasn't quite so sure. I mean, we got it cheap anyway. Like that was through my son. He got us that. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it anyway. The missus wanted it done before Christmas, so done it was. It meant that it got it off our living room floor as well, because the packs were on the floor in there. Dear me. So what's happened? Oh, way up, our gas has gone off. So that's that sorted anyway. Not a great deal to say this week, to be honest, guys. I'll have to check my chicken soon, actually. But yeah, it's I've got things out already and what have you. I've still got some gravy to do as well, because we usually have gravy with our chicken and chips. But I've had a few bits and pieces in for review and what have you. As you know, there's been quite a lot of videos gone live over the last week or so. In fact, at one point, I think I had one go live today. and I've actually had the majority of these videos were actually uploaded. I had about 5 uploaded at one point, all just scheduled to go live basically. Because you know, I just have to take the time to do my videos when I can get it. You know, it doesn't just fall into my lap, unfortunately. You know, I've got to squeeze the time to do it. But yeah, like I said, I've got a few more bits of footage on the camera anyway. There's some going to be. I'm working on one right now that's actually it's pretty much edited. I just got to listen to it through one more time, make sure I'm happy with it before I export it, and then that'll be going up. I don't think it'll be live today, and then I've got a couple more to do, and I think there's more stuff on the way, to be honest guys. It's just chaos. You know, it just, because the thing is, it's like people send something to you and they're like, oh yeah, we're really in a hurry sort of thing, and it's like, well, you'll get it when it's ready. You know, you can't sort of like, you know, they say, oh, give us a review video as soon as you get it. It's like, no, if you're going to review something, it needs to be in my hands a bit of time. So you sort of, you you just tell them, you know, I'll do an unboxing video, and about a couple of weeks later I'll give my, you know, thoughts on it, you know, what I think of it. You know, I mean, alright, sometimes it all comes in one video, unboxed and review, depends on what the product is, you know, and, you know, if you can't make a 5-minute review out of it, then, you know, because it's such a simple device or whatever, then, you know, you add it in with the unboxing, so you unbox it and keep the footage, and then 2 weeks later you add the review part to it and put it all out as one video. You know, the way I see it, I think 2 weeks is perfectly fair for reviewing something. So, you know, sometimes I take longer, but, so yeah, I mean, it's strange because I don't seem to be getting many views on the newer ones, but my view count's actually up a little bit, so I think they're watching like older stuff for some reason. So I think most of it isn't actually subscribed to people, it's people that are like obviously looking for things for Christmas or whatever, and they've just come across probably my more viewed videos, because obviously they sit higher in the YouTube ranking. So we shall see anyway. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, anyway, because like I said, there's not a great deal for me to talk about this week. I did have a crash. I'll let you know this actually. I did have a bit of a crash with my time machine. I'm not sure what happened, whether it was the update that caused it or whether there's some corruption somewhere. But then I also had a flash warning up telling me to install some software to get rid of something from my MacBook or something. So obviously I don't know whether that's come down with something, or it's obviously come from a download or something. I haven't managed to track it down yet, and it hasn't popped up again, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. So yeah, I shall be keeping my eyes out for that one. If any of you have any ideas about it, let me know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it off here. I don't think I'll get another one in before Christmas. So I do hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, a safe Christmas, and a fantastic New Year. I'll probably, like I say, I will probably do a vlog. Be the day after Boxing Day, won't it? So you know, I might do a short one then, upload it, and you know. But basically, guys, just stay safe. Have an absolutely fantastic Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers, guys. See you.